So we're looking at the daily cyclical model for the Standard & Poor's 500 index. And you can see for today, April 2nd, we have a high bar aggregate turning point, and then below a directional change cycle, and then a panic cycle. So this chart on April 2nd was originally put out 11 days ago, and that cycle held. And and, and so what I want to point out is that the president of the United States had a conversation with the American people last night, laying out his vision for the war in Iran. Markets did not respond well to that conversation. S&P futures last night were down almost 2%, and that held into the early morning session when the cash market opened up. There was still about just under 2% decline. And then by the end of the day, the market basically came back to, you know, basically unchanged. So from a 2% decline to basically unchanged. And that's a pretty typical panic cycle. Now, I mean, most people are going to say, what caused the market to swing wildly today was what President Trump said. When in reality, it's a cycle. Now, the computer doesn't know what is going to cause the panic cycle from a fundamental perspective. Does somebody say something? Does somebody do something? The computer doesn't really care about the fundamental reason. It cares about the pressure points, and then the computer generates a cyclical pattern thereafter. And I mean, I see this all the time with those computer cycles picking up, these big swings days and sometimes even years in advance if we're talking about the yearly models. Like I said before, we have a panic cycle in international war this year, and look what's just happened in the last 13 weeks, and we're already, first quarter now done in 2026. So it's not random, it's cyclical. In our societal world moves on cycles. It's not random. The future is determined, but your role in the future is not, because you have free will. Um, so, anyways, it's just human nature to want to have a simple narrative to explain for our minds why something happened. And if we want to rely on something, then I would say rely on it being a cycle, and that puts everything into a new perspective. Thanks for listening.